About a year ago, I called this laptop the king, the ultimate do everything machine. This laptop right, yes, my Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i. And I dropped my own cash on it, right? I dropped about £2,200 of my hard-earned money to get this device to be able to create content more effectively, especially on the go. I had options, right? I could have gotten a MacBook Pro, a MacBook here, and all the much smaller, portable, and less noisy devices. And the reason for getting the Lenovo was simple for me. I wanted to see if it would actually survive 365 days plus of my gruesome workflow. I'm using a desktop, but because I now go into the office, I need to be able to do things when I'm on the train, not just watch movies and sleep, right? I was wondering, right? A laptop that is part sleek, professional, part power workstation with zero compromises, right? For me, when I get a device, zero compromises, and that was my goal for this computer. But let's be real, a year in tech seems like 10 years in previous times, right? Because in the market, more devices drop like every couple of months and they'll be like, my device is out of date, right? Next gen chips, AI stuff, display tech, they all seem like sci-fi, okay? So the big question now is this king still the king sitting on the throne? Or did I just make expensive mistake? So after a full year of constant use, sometimes even putting on for days at stretch, as a fatal flaw finally shown itself, let's get into the raw details of that. So the first part I'm going to start with is the honeymoon phase, right? So let's rewind a little bit. Why did I even call it the king of my setup at that time in the first place, right? It all came down to the promise of this machine, right? That make me choose it. Right out of the box, feels expensive, feels premium. It's not a toy, it's aluminum body. The chassis is aluminum, so it kind of gets hot some couple of times. So it felt like it would take a punch, and it really did. Then there's power, right? It was packing an Intel Core Ultra chip, Intel Core Ultra 9 to be specific, an RTX 4070 GPU, which is a monster on paper, to be honest. But I think I made one mistake when purchasing this. I bought the mini LED panel. I could have added £200 more and bought the OLED touchscreen panel. I did not do that. It's kind of good because, to be honest, I don't actually miss a touchscreen now. The display is very smooth. 165 Hz of refresh rate when it's on full performance mode made everything great for me. From scrolling web pages, I don't watch movies, so I'm gonna just keep that. I just make content, create tutorial videos, get it on the go, edit my videos, and that is what I do. I don't have to deal with dongles because all in all, wireless connectivity for most of my devices work. If I need the ports, I have two full-size USB ports, two USB-C ports, which one is a Thunderbolt actually, and then a full-size HDMI port, and it has a dedicated power port also, which is great for me. So I am not lacking of ports. It has a full-size SD card reader also, which is great for all intents and purposes. Plug in my card, import my footage, and I'm good to go. So for all intents and purposes, this laptop would do it all. Alright? But does that magic last after a year of download, commute, getting on the go, shoving in a backpack, and just getting on? Alright? So has it held up after 1 year? The short answer to this is actually yes, right? I'm not gonna fluff you. The short answer is it's still going strong after a year. And it's actually shocked me how well this has. The first month I came out and said, hey, the battery life sucks, which still does if I am on performance mode, right? So for the last year, 4K video editing, coding work, tutorial video recording, video prep, studio chaos, few dozen tabs, Docker, NA10, formatting because I messed some things up. It just works, right? Choose through video timelines without choking. Render times are super duper fast, rather than have to do it one by one. I could bulk batch task, open Docker, open DaVinci Resolve, open my heavy apps all together, and I will not feel it because it's packing 64 gigabytes of RAM. All right. And the secret sauce here is the GPU, okay? It runs on full 100 watts of power. That is why the battery was drained in the first couple of months, which stops crackling like other thin-based laptops. But the caveat here, which I sort of solved the battery problem for me, is when I plan to do any video editing or any creative work, I plug into power. When I'm not doing any creative work, I go on battery saver mode, which now gives me about 4 to 5 hours. That's still right. So when I'm on the train, even when I'm doing probably just Notion, I go on power saver mode and I'm good. And I have a shortcut on my keyboard for actually doing that function Q, and I'm good to go. When I'm in my home and I'm plugged in, go full power mode. And the cool thing now is the Lenovo Vantage app actually knows how to sort of switch between those various profiles depending on the apps I'm using and if I'm connected to power or not. So it sort of saves me that hassle now with the new update they've done to Lenovo Vantage app. Now, the display, is it still the best for me? Mini LED panel, I loved it. I love it. I absolutely love it. No dead pixels, no fading, no burning. The brightness is still still the same, after about a year. Color accuracy, great, because it has proper panels, right? And high refresh rates just makes my life easier, makes me feel smoother. But the plot twist is this. Last year, 2025, funnily enough, Lenovo changed the game. They launched the Yoga Pro 9i, which is the baby brother / sister of this one. They launched the Aura edition, okay, which has a tandem OLED display, whatever that means. But on paper, that promises better HDR performance and improved efficiency. I don't even carry the wall charger anymore, the one that came with it. I carry this 140 watt GAN charger to be able to power in. And if I don't have direct access to a power outlet, I have this power bank that can charge me up to 100% in about 30 minutes. I just plug it into the 140 watt port, get a USB-C, high-powered USB-C cable, plug it in my laptop, turn it off, and I'm pretty much good for about an hour or so more, and I'm set. So these two devices are actually lifesavers when I'm on the go. I do not go out without them when I'm carrying this device right here. I'm going to drop a link to get them in the video section. So the real kicker here is reports on the new 2025 model suggest that there's a huge leap forward in terms of battery life, which is great, but I don't plan changing it, except Lenovo has a promo and offer for me to be able to trade this in without spending more extra dime of my own money, right? Casual use is great, general use is great. I have power almost all the time, so getting a wall outlet to be able to plug in is not a challenge for me, right? So that is it. For the build quality, right, the aluminum panel, the unknown chassis is great. No creaks, no flexing, few minor scores. I buff it up with the cleaner and it's looking brand new again. So it's still great, looks beautiful. Yes, it's been through rough times, I can tell you that. But I have a challenge. I have a problem with this laptop. One problem now, which I have not found a way to solve, and it's the power button on the side. This power button here. Sometimes when I just want to pick it on the side, I mistakenly place the power button and the laptop just goes to sleep mode, because that is the setting I give for it, right? It's not a deal breaker, yes, but it's a frustration. The trackpad is great, the screen is great, the ports are great, and I figured out how to live with it. But one thing is, when you get a laptop like this, after a full year, I should be able to tell you if I would recommend this or the newer versions. Yes, I would say yes. If you're thinking really of getting this one, get the newer version. Yes, 100%. But if you're looking for a more budget, or if you're trying to save some bucks, if you find this used, it is a great option, yes. But the last competitions, even in 2025, as the time I got this, it has some competition. The Asus ZenBook is a competition, lighter, thinner, better battery life, but it ditches the dedicated GPU, which sort of makes it less performant. Yeah, don't take my word for it. Go check it out yourself. So the RTX game in a computer is massive. It gives it an undeniable edge. Okay? But then that now brings a more direct rival for this. Apart from the Asus ZenBook, we have Asus ProArt P610. Also, packs the 40 series GPU, 4070 to be precise, 4K OLED screen. It is a raw power machine also. and it might just be an inch ahead, right? But where the Yoga Pro wins against the Pro Art is the brighter display, faster refresh screens, and of course the better price tag. We also have a competition, which is HP Spectre X360, which was my previous laptop also actually before buying this HP Spectre X360. Also, same GPU, better travel companion, but trust me, saves battery. But the Yoga Pro 9i crushes it in CPU power, graphics, and screen quality. But of course, that is touchscreen. Yeah. And 360 degrees, right? So that might be better for some kind of people. So that I just had to mention it. But let's be honest. The biggest rival to this computer in terms of ecosystem and devices is the 2025 Yoga Pro 9i Aura Edition. Lenovo took that championship throne of this and literally perfected it, formulated it again, and gave it to this new device. So yes, if you're trying to get a Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i in 2026, go for the Aura Edition. If you got a budget for it. Is the king dethroned? Yes and no. The new 2025 Yoga Pro 9 Aura Edition is the clear heir on the throne, and I think that is what you should go for. If you buy new, go for that. If you buy used, go for this. Simple option. I will not fluff around so much. And I want to say, if you enjoyed this video and gotten some value from my 1 year review of this laptop, which I'm still going to be using anyway for the next God knows when long-term future, smash a like, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think of the Yoga Pro 9i in the comment section. I'll see you again in another video, friends. Bye.